Eat, sleep, game, repeat. Get all your friends to play and welcome to At America. Greetings everyone, I'm Farah Shiba. I'm one of the e-guides here in At America. For those of you who are new here or tuning us via online platform, At America is the American Spaces from the US Embassy Jakarta, where our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to express, experience, and explore American culture through our diverse programs and facilities we have. And hello everyone, good afternoon. I would like to welcome our Sobat America here from Universitas Bunda Mulia Jakarta and also from American Corner from all over Indonesia. And today you're watching Esports are for everyone, where we will discover how esports goes beyond boundaries, bringing together players from diverse backgrounds and creating a global community united by passion and skill. Stay tuned for an inspiring journey into the world of competitive gaming. And ladies and gentlemen, and also Sobat at America, now let us hear the opening remarks from Acting Deputy Chief of Mission, U.S. Embassy Jakarta. Everyone, please welcome Pa Jason Rebels.
Thank you. Good afternoon. How many people have been to At America before? Is this your first time? Raise your hand if it's your first time. First time? Well, welcome. We're so glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us. I also wanted to give a shout out to all of our university representatives, faculty, and students from universities across Indonesia. Welcome. I want to give a couple of special welcomes as well. I wanted to thank some of our distinguished guests today from the Indonesian Esports Federation, from the National Sports Committee of Indonesia, and leaders from the football and basketball associations here in Indonesia. Welcome. I know a lot of people, yes, thank you. I know there was a great group of folks, Indonesian experts, who went to the United States and visited LA a few weeks back on a sports visitor program, and they had an opportunity to meet with members of the American sports and entertainment industries, and they had a chance to go to both to the LA Olympic Committee for the 2028 Olympics and to NGR Esports, which is an American esports organization. And I hope that they were able to make some connections and friendships that can help this program and other programs going forward. So esports is what brought us here today. It's a really exciting growth industry here in Indonesia as well as in the United States. And gamers and coaches and streamers and marketers can really be a driving force in the Indonesian creative economy. I actually read that the new Vice President Gibran, is a gamer. Is that true? Do we know? That's what I heard. So if he is, we're looking forward to seeing what kinds of changes to the esports community he can bring when he becomes Vice President. So as you saw on the video, 2024 is a really special year for the United States and Indonesia, and that's because this year we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of friendship and partnership between our two countries. So for 75 years, the US and Indonesia have worked together on a whole bunch of different issues and problem sets. But what's exciting to me is what happens for the next 75 years. How do we work together in the future? And I think that things like esports are a great way to think about how we can collaborate and innovate together into the future and create new opportunities for the people of the United States and for the people of Indonesia. And as a diplomat, that's what the president has challenged me to do. As you saw in the video, President Biden and President Jokowi met in Washington a couple months ago, and they created this new strategic comprehensive partnership. And that doesn't sound like very much to ordinary people, but it actually matters for all of us because this is the framework that we're going to use to create new opportunities to collaborate and cooperate between America and Indonesia going forward. And so we're very excited about that. One of the ways we do that is through in-person engagement through places like here at America and also the American corners that exist in so many universities across Indonesia. We want to make the US-Indonesia relationship relevant to young people. Why should it matter? Why should you waste your time learning about it? Because it actually is important to you and it's something that we can all learn and work together on. And I think through esports, it's a great opportunity for us to collaborate on something new and exciting. I wanted to give a special thank you to the Network for Academic and Scholastic Esports Federation and Garudaku for creating new esports clubs at all of our American corners throughout Indonesia. Yeah, it's huge. Thank you so much. And we actually have a lot of folks representing those two organizations joining us in the panel today. So thank you all very much for taking time to join us and share your expertise. Another thing, and I'm excited to see one of the panels is about equity. I think that esports is a great way to promote the diversity of Indonesia and the diversity of the United States, and for us to cooperate and show different voices, maybe voices we haven't heard from before, women, people with disabilities, and other communities that maybe are disadvantaged. Esports offers a great way for people to share their voices. And so I hope whether it's on screen as players or coaches, or whether it's backstage doing tech work, we can really reflect the diversity and equity of that United States and Indonesia hold dear through esports here in Indonesia and beyond. Okay, one more thing. So I think that this workshop's going to create new opportunities for us all to work together and to get to know each other. Through these esports clubs that we're building at our communities across Indonesia, maybe we can work together to put together new competitions or tournament opportunities. So whether you're playing FC24 or you're chatting on Discord about a new tournament, I hope the connections that you've made here today can help you go forward, and we can learn from each other going forward through our different tournaments. So in closing, I just wanted to thank you all very much for supporting today's program. I know that I'm between you and the fun, so I'm going to get off stage now. But thank you all very much, and thank you especially to our partners for being here from the United States and from Indonesia, because this is a great way to bring our people together. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Pak Jason Rebels, as the Acting Deputy Chief of Mission, U.S. Embassy, Jakarta, for the remarks given. And ladies and gentlemen, now we're moving on to another opening remarks. This time will be delivered from Ibu Diana Sutrisno Tjong, Deputy Treasurer for Esports Federations of Indonesia. To Ibu Diana Tjong, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. First, I want to greet our honorable host and guest, Mr. Jason Rebels, Acting Deputy Ambassador at the U.S. Embassy in Jakarta, and then Mr. Joshua Sen, Public Affairs Officer, U.S. Consulate General in Surabaya, Mr. Abraham Lee, the Director of Ad America, the one that have this place, and then Mr. Jorrel, Jorrel Batac, COO of NASEF, and Bapak Robertus Aditya, Head of National Esports Academy Garudaku. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May God Almighty bless the success of the cooperation we are formalizing today for the development of Indonesia potential talent through esports talent cultivation. Distinguished guests, I am Diana Sutrisno Tjong, the Deputy Treasurer of PBSI. Today I am representing the Chairman, Executive President, and Secretary General of PBESI, the Esports Federation of Indonesia. I'm here to deliver remarks from our Secretary General, who is unable to attend due to the other duties. Our leadership extend their greetings to all of you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next, I will invite everyone present to enthusiastically shout Salam Esport. Maybe you have been heard about it. If I say Salam Esport, you say Jaya, Jaya, Jaya. Yeah? Okay, ready? Salam Esport? Jaya, Jaya, Jaya. Good. In Indonesia, we are preparing to embrace the demographic bonus, which is expected to be a valuable resource for achieving our grand mission of Golden Indonesia by 2045. As a great nation, we are determined to become one of the world's economic power. A key focus for Indonesia is to develop talents with digital competence. It is crucial to enhance the skills of many talents in the digital field, including gaming and esports development. Today, we at PBESI are delighted to witness the synergetic operation between Garudaku Academy, our official academy, and NASEF, and the United States Consulate. We are optimistic that this collaboration will significantly impact the development of Indonesian young generation. improving their competency through esports. We are highly appreciate this synergy as it targets education as the foundational step before expanding to the broader community. This strategic approach leverages the value of esports. It means leadership, quick and accurate decision-making, intelligence, teamwork, equity, discipline, nutrition and health management, communication skill, respect, sportsmanship, and creativity. This value can be integrated into educational curriculums at schools and universities, forming essential elements of student education. Once again, congratulations and best wishes for the success of this cooperation program. We extend our highest appreciation for your commitment and contribution to Indonesian young talent cultivation, especially potential talents in esports. Thank you. Salam esports!
All right, thank you to Ibu Diana Sutrisno Tjong as Deputy Treasurer of Esports Federations of Indonesia for the remarks given. Ladies and gentlemen, and also gamers here in America and also tuning us via online platform, without any further ado, let's start our first session today. And I would like to invite our moderator for our first session. He is a Chief Operating Officer in the Network of Academic and Scholastic Esports Federations, NASEF USF. And everyone, please welcome Jorrel Batac.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you again to all of our partners, Garudaku, the U.S. Consulate. It's been an incredible opportunity to be here in Indonesia. This is my third time now. You're probably looking at me thinking, who's this Indonesian boy sitting on the stage? But no, I am American and I am Filipino as well. So I'd like to welcome our speakers on the stage. Brenda Kwan, professional MC and freelance public speaker. Heavily experienced in hosting national esports competitions and a certified public trainer. Hello, welcome. And I'd also like to welcome Robertus Aditya, head of National Esports Academy and of Garudaku. He is the boss of many things, Garudaku Esports Academy, the Indonesian Esports Federation, which is part of it, and has established various educational opportunities for students all over Indonesia. And then lastly, I'd like to welcome James Wood, Scholastic Tournament Administrator for NASEF. James leads our California Interscholastic Federation initiative. This is all of California and runs all of our esports programs there. He's also authored many esports-related courses and was also a former educator and founded many esports conferences for middle schools. So another round of applause for all of our speakers here. Welcome. All right, so what I want to do is start off with a big why. One of the things that we do at NASEF, we call ourselves not just an esports organization, but we like to utilize esports to teach education. And traditionally, you think of esports, you think of the players and the games, but ultimately there's a whole range of career opportunities and pathways that exist within the esports industry and beyond. And so what I want to do, given all of our incredible speakers here who have been involved in the esports industry and are leaders, they've all had unique career pathways. They're not pro players, right? They're doing various things within the industry and the ecosystem. And so what I want to take a moment, and we'll start with James. What was that aha moment that you had that set you on this journey of a career in esports and gaming?
Thank you for the kind words. So for me, I'm coming at this from the lens of an educator. I was a math teacher up until last year, and for me, in the first esports program that I started, my aha moment was seeing two kids that I would never have thought sit down together, one of whom barely spoke to anybody, and the other one who was a captain of sports teams. And they were teaching each other to play a game. They were sitting down at a computer and they were bonding over esports. Two kids that would never have interacted before or who had very little interaction becoming friends over a game in a program. So for me, that's what really kicked it into gear for me, that this is valuable, this is why we're doing it.
Robert, what about you? What led you that aha moment that got you in here?
For me, that started when I was teaching in some university in Jakarta. Actually, I was a lecturer before. I teach in SGU, UPH, and also UMN. But the aha moment is when Miss Diana Tjong husband contact me. He asked me to help him to become the head of academy nationwide for Esport Academy. So when I'm thinking about it, if you teach at one university, two university, or three university, you only have an impact only in university level, in whole campus only. But when you talk about esport, National Esport Academy, I could give a direction, I could share my knowledge also to whole nationwide student in Indonesia. That's what my aha moment, because I want to make youth have more potential, have more ability, and never forget their academic level.
Absolutely, thank you. And look, all of these amazing students are here because of you, so we thank you for all of that. What about you, Brenda? What was the aha moment for you?
Thank you so much for your question, Jorrel. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Academy Garudaku, and also NASEF for having me. My aha moment when I was involved in esports is maybe it's around 2016. This is my first time doing a host in esports tournament. I forgot the name is, but it's my new experience, and I've got so many mistakes there, and absolutely I have criticized a lot at that time. But one thing I realized is in esports, you will get any criticize in every mistake that you made, right? But I know the criticize it's make us to build to be better than yesterday. And in esports tournament, it's not only about the tournament and you will win or lose or not. It's not like that. It's like a teamwork, and also it's like the build each other, and also we will meet the new friend like you. I meet the new friend, right? So that was my aha moment. So that makes me want to join in this esports community and make it bigger together with anyone who will want to involve in esports also. Like that. That's what's my aha moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. So as you can see, all of our panelists here are not pro gamers, right? They're involved in different aspects of the industry. So my next question, and anyone can jump in, as we continue to see the industry of esports and gaming grow and evolve, we're finding new opportunities for different types of careers and jobs in unique ways. And so I'm curious from all of you, what are some of the unique careers that you've seen in the industry beyond just the professional player?
May I start first? What I'm thinking about is esport is new cherry on the cake. Why? Because the foundation of esport industry is also need many foundation from many major academic that you have already. For example, we still need more managers in esport, legals in esport, accountant in esport, not just the influencer, not just the gamers, not just the coach, not just the referee. Even we already start to give the esport player personal trainer program for their gym also. So there are many jobs that need your help to be filled, because in esport for now in Indonesia, we still lack of best people to fill the greatest position in esport. So we are inviting all of you, don't mind what is your major now, just go through it. After you graduate, just put esport as the additional cherry on your cake. So you could be legal of esport, manager of esport, accountant of esport, or doctor in esport, everything. So just do it, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'll chime in next here. So for me, one thing that I noticed was just how transferable all of the skills that people were getting in an esports program to other industries. In one thing that I noticed, I was teaching a middle school class that was esports, broadcasting and production. So these are 12, 13, 14-year-old kids. And one of the girls came up to me and said, you know, I'm not really into making an esports logo. This is just a class I was taking to be with friends. But can I make a logo for mine and my mom's business for beekeeping that we started during COVID? And for me, that was one of those like, okay, this is a skill that we're using esports to draw people in. We're using it to help teach these kids skills that they can take elsewhere. And for me, that just opened up a whole lot of doors. Kids that are making commercials, kids that are making logos, banners, kids that are learning how to market themselves and market a business. For me, those are all skills that I just love to see. So.
Okay, finally it's my turn. Okay, for me, esports esport. It's not just about the tournament and the pro player. It's an ecosystem that makes the esports is like maybe like Earth and universe. Because in esports, if you want to watch the esports tournament, you need more of the players, right? You have to know about the broadcasters, and also me as the MC to make the hype, right? And you can be anything you want in esports tournament because we have so many ecosystem there, okay? Right? Like Mr. Robert, and also maybe Mr. Jorrel, and also Miss Diana. Okay, there has so many fields that you can join into esports to make esports in Indonesia bigger. Maybe you can have an opportunity to have a career in esports in international, like that, for my opinion.
Great. No, and it's been interesting to see all of your journeys and how far you've come, and I'm sure there's so much more room to grow. Obviously, we have a lot of aspiring esports professionals and esports leaders in the room. I'm curious to hear, what are some of the recommendations that you may have? Like, how do you get started? Like, what are the key things to remember to start their journey into a career pathway in esports?
Okay, I'm going to jump in on this one. I think it is do what you're passionate about. So take your emphasis and your interest in esports and try to channel your passion into that endeavor. If you can take your love of, making art and building graphics and then learn a little bit of organizing, I've seen students that are now, they started off playing in middle school, they are now leading statewide tournaments for their universities. They are setting up their own events just because they really loved making cool logos for their friends and making cool images for a broadcast. And now that is now turning into a career for them because they did what they're passionate about. So do what you're passionate about. That would be my advice.
I have a little different opinion about it. What you could get easily in esports is your network. Why? You could have new friend in esport gaming, but beware. In digital world, usually you become the toxic boy or toxic girl. That will make your chance lesser and lesser. For your information, Miss Diana's husband knows me by we are playing together in a game. And after we play game together, he asks me, what did you do? Oh, I'm lecturer. Okay, I'll talk to you someday. And in the next few months, he called me again and I need your help. I need someone who understands gaming and understands the academic system in Indonesia. That's how network in esport work. So beware with your toxicity in esport because Indonesia netizen is really crazy about this. So give you a positive vibe. You don't know who is behind that ID. Maybe you could meet Kaisang or maybe you could meet Gibran there also. So be careful because that's your CV in digital world.
Wow. I agree with both of the opinion, and I also have an experience of it. But maybe it will take a long time if I tell about it. So in my opinion is like, for me, networking is almost important, but all of you were so lucky because you live in this era. in my era and in 2016, it will, it don't have any Academy Garudaku yet. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm searching for the network while I'm not play the game anything, okay? I'm just lucky, and now you're so lucky because we have Academy Garudaku and also NASEF. Why? You can choose anything you want, like you have a facility for coach, right? Coaching, and also for the referee, etc. Okay? And use this connection when you meet Mr. Roberts and also all of the team, okay? To make a great impact in Esports Indonesia. That's what I think for now. Thank you.
That's great. And I think, Robert, you started to address this a little bit, right? Because even though the journey is exciting to be here now, there's a lot of roadblocks and challenges that you may have encountered on that way, right? It wasn't an easy journey. So I'm curious, what are some roadblocks and things that our audience here should be aware of? And you know, toxicity is one, but what are some other things that they should be considerate of?
May I? Okay. In Indonesia, commonly, sport athlete is not a preference job, and also for the e-sport thing. Why? Because you have limitation of your productivity, but actually there is many way you could become part of it. So don't worry, even though many roadblock about it. Many people said, if you want to join e-sport club, you need orang dalam. No, no, just put your dream step by step, not just, oh, I want to become the pro player, that's too much. But for example, you could, oh, I want have my education become free. How we get it? Just become a good player and win the competition from Garudaku Academy, and you could go the scholarship for free in university level. There are so many ways you could take, even though it's hard or maybe slippery, but enjoy the show because it will make you more experienced people, more experienced player, and makes you better man.
I'm going to echo exactly what he said, but in the terms of if it's considered a roadblock, you should make a portfolio of what you are doing and what you are creating. So you were saying, like, you can market yourself, you can have this. I know a student who started off broadcasting football games, American football, sorry, not for clarity here. And in her application to a college, she said, hey, here's a disc of all of what I've worked on as a broadcaster. I've been doing this with the games for years, sent it into their program, and their program said, well, we will hire you on full-time during your college, and which essentially not only paid for her schooling, and then some. So having that artifact or that evidence of what you have made and created is absolutely clutch, because you could do all of the cool things, and you can make all of the content, and you can do all of this, but if nobody has it and nobody can see it, it might as well not exist.
Okay, so it's my turn now?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, I really agree of the James statement and also Mr. Robert's statement, but for myself, the biggest enemy for myself and the biggest roadblocks is myself. Okay, there has so many people will give you some toxic, same like Mr. Robert said before. All you want to do, all you have to do is maybe you can learn if you have any mistakes, and then you can ignore any toxicity that came to your life. And please always remember to your mindset to avoid the roadblocks and etc. If you have will, you will find a way. Just like that. Thank you so much.
Great. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of roadblocks and challenges, but the journey is great. And I think what's really exciting about esports in general is that it's still relatively new. So all of you here are part of something that's really starting to grow and expand, you know, in Indonesia, but also all over the globe. So I'm curious to hear from the rest of, you know, to kind of wrap up our conversation here, what do you see as the future of esports and the careers in esports? Where do you see it heading, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years?
You go first. Okay. For esport future, as you can see, and as you know until now, game is never die, right? Since you were kid, or since your father is still young, or your mother still young, the game's already there. Even in many different type of device, different type of consoles, but games industry is never dies because many young kids, many young men need entertainment. And the esport competition is one of the most prospectful business in the next few years. Why? Because this is, like Jorrel said, this is still new industry, especially in Indonesia. There are many slots for you to fill, and because this is new and this is promising, the price or the salary for the people who wants to enter it is still very gray, in very gray area. So as you know, many issue that maybe you learn in esport media, for example, salary for esport player in Indonesia is much higher than in Philippines. So you could see that as an opportunity. Why? Because this is new industry. There is still no salary cap and no standardization for the salary. So you could try to fill it and try to enjoy it and try to become part of it. So you could change the world of esport by yourself also, and join us to make esport in Indonesia better and more positive.
I want to say that I think that the growth potential is pretty limitless when you consider how accessible esports and gaming is, but also how it is such a great equalizer. If you are passionate about a game or if you are interested in competing in a game, you can sit down with somebody and it doesn't matter what they're capable of, like on a sporting field or a sporting arena, and you can sit down with them and it doesn't really matter what language they speak. You can connect with people all over the world via something that you have as a shared passion. And for me, I see that growth potential bringing together communities that might otherwise not be with one another. And I keep coming back to who can you connect with over this? You mentioned this, Robert, with who you managed to connect with over gaming. In my high school days, I connected with gaming with people around the world. I sent this is a good story for this one. I sent a paper that I was writing for my third year of high school to a friend who was a university professor. And she corrected my paper for me in English, my high school English paper. She was a university English lecturer. So for me, like, that was one of those connections that I told my parent, I'm like, look, Mom, this is where this is going. Like, I have friends around the world. I have connections with people that I would never have otherwise met. And some of those people become family. So for me, if it's an endeavor that will bring people together as one big family, I think that it will never stop growing.
Brenda?
Still give you much money, right, from esport?
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the answer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. So I agree with Mr. Roberts. Okay, that's my answer.
You go first next time.
Okay, so for myself is I really agree with Mr. Robert. So don't worry, you will have so many opportunity to get bigger in esports, and also I hope in esports it's not only for a tournament, and you have to think about the ecosystem of the esports, right? You can be MC like me, maybe. Yeah, Mr. Roberts, you will open the class for Miss Public Speakers, right? For me?
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so anyone who loves to become a public speaker here? Okay, just ask Mr. Robert to
Couple of shy
open the
hands,
class,
but
okay?
yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, push for that class there, Robert, and try to get that one out there. So you can join all the careers. You can broadcast your games.
Yes.
There's room for, you'll see in a little bit, we've
The
got a whole
broadcaster is
ecosystem.
angry because you didn't mention
Nah.
him.
No, you're fine.
And we really need Mr. James because of what? His broadcasting makes me famous like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe famous.
And if you wonder about this, like, think about how many people are on the stage, and then look around the room, and all the people that are behind the scenes making this work. It's the exact same with esports. You might have 4 or 5, maybe 10 professional players on a team, but you might have 30 or 40 that make the team run. So it's going to basically, you know, triple or quadruple that opportunity for you. So expand what you like to do.
Absolutely, and this was great. I mean, as you can see, just in the spirit of Ad America, we have a global community here on stage and also in the audience. So just look all around you. These are the people that are going to grow with you in this industry. So thank you again. I think we have some time for Q&A, it looks like. Anyone have any questions, please? Yes, in the back.
They're coming by with a microphone, and there's a few over there, too.
So thank you for inspiring talk show in part 1, Career Pathways Through Esport. So my name is Nico. I'm from American Corner, Universitas Erlangga. Also part of the Erlangga Elite Pro Academy is the name of esport that we have. So I have maybe a long question. It's all right?
Yeah, totally.
Bring it.
All right. As we know that there are many opportunities in the world of esport, but unfortunately, the esport program available at American Corner only lasts for a year. While we wish to continue developing esport not among just students in university, but throughout our entire community, especially in UNER in Kota Surabaya. There's a reason why the esport team from Universitas Erlangga is name is Erlangga Elite Pro Academy. Besides focusing on the development of existing players, we also have a podcast program and training for high school that don't yet have an esport extracurricular activity. We aim to activate esport in their school, like what Garudaku did, not only focusing on finding potential esport player, but also building an esport ecosystem that include event organization, league operation, shoutcaster, referee, and more. We want to make all of this as a reality, and our plan for the coming months is to create a city-scale tournament in Surabaya involving the high school student we have activated. Our other plan is to direct what we do towards a more professional and legitimate path. Is this possible? And how we achieve this after the program ends? Maybe that's all the question. Thank you.
Well, first off, round of applause for the incredible work that you've done at your club and center. Yeah, so what do you guys think?
Okay, I came from the high school, middle school space, so I 100% I understand the desire to get this at all ages. There are schools that I am working with and a part of. There are districts that are pushing this all the way down into elementary school, where there are kids in like the 4th or 5th grade that are starting to learn these skills. We, a lot of our work with NASEF is in building curriculum and content and clubs around this idea. So you really can take your competitive team, and you might even start esports with a focus on all of the different careers around it. We have some teachers and some educators that are really passionate and that are bringing this into their ages, and I think that that's what's going to really push this upward. I had students who left my middle school program and then are pushing at their high schools for programs, and there are kids leaving high school that are pushing their universities for programs. And so if we have people pushing from the bottom up and from the top down, I think that we're going to meet in the middle and have a really thorough pathway across this. So.
Okay, from my side, thank you, Nico, for the question. And as long as we know together, gaming and esport, in the point of view of educator, is still seen to be negative. So we are still doing it more and more to make many proof that esport is positive, esport is good, esport could be done parallelly with educational. So this is our hard work also, and we need you to make this stigma become the positive. That's what we must doing first, and then after that, this is also common in Indonesia. Achievement first or permission first. Many university will ask, oh, I will support your UKM, I will support your extracurricular activities after you have some recognition or some achievement in your university level, or when you already bring some trophy for this university. But the university also sometimes forget that they need preparation that could support your achievement. So just do it first. We will try to support it. And thanks for this program also. So I could open the extracurricular activities in 9 American Corner. So I hope it will help you to give more permission to open the extracurricular activities, permission for leave to attend the competition also, and also to bring a greater name for your university. That's what we are trying to do with this program. So don't worry, you are on the right track, and we will try to solve this one by one. Just let us know what you need. Maybe we could help with regulation or with the letter from Connie, letter from NOC maybe. I could try to have it, but I'm not promising you anything, but we could try. That's all.
It looks like we also have a question coming in from Zoom from Surabaya. Who's gonna? Oh, hello! Hey,
Wow.
Wow.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, mute.
Yeah. Little quick sound check. Oh, there we are.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Amanda and I'm here as the coordinator for American Corner. And yes, I'm with Nico, yeah, and with everyone there. So shout out to everyone, the American Corner teams and friends who will be in the tournament tomorrow. So yeah, I will be asking the question for our program also, for the sport programs. So before this, in the March and April, we've done a tournament in the university scope. And then after this, we will have another bigger competition or tournament. So I'm thinking how to create the awareness for people to know that we are creating this big event. So maybe there's some tips from the Garudaku. So in order to people know that we have this competition, because we want to build a community within Surabaya, and then I hope we can go to the next level where nationals will be connected to us. So yeah, so that's my question.
Okay, to make more awareness, maybe you could tag us because American Corner is already become part of Garudaku program. So you could share and maybe, what we call it? Collab posts in Instagram and social media. We could reshare it for you, so makes more awareness for you also. And we could connect you to the government level of esport in Surabaya also. Maybe they could help you with the permission and also could help you in technical issue also. That's what we are trying to help you. Just let me know when, and I will try to contact the head of SC Jawa Timur to help you there.
I'd like to add something as well. If you're working with the university teams, I would honestly try to push this down into a little bit younger of generations. See if you can get some of the university players to go to high school programs and maybe mentor them. Maybe try to teach them a little bit about what you're doing, make them aware of it. As somebody who just helped host a statewide tournament at a local college, it was huge for the players and the parents to see that college connection. And that brought a lot of visibility to it, is seeing that this exists at the university level, and showing it to those kids really will just help build that audience long term.
Thank you, Surabaya. Shout out. Do you have another question? All right, we got another question.
Yes, it's really interesting to develop. Me myself is not really a game really a game interest in game, but I really interest in how we organize and held the event. Because people really love to play game, and when we held the Erlangga Piala Erlangga in quite long back ago, it's really intriguing to organize the event, and people really excited it. But do you have any tips for we organize the game event? Like what kind of things to be aware of the detail. Maybe you can help with some of the, multimedia aspect and how you organize the event. Thank you.
I did this 3 weeks ago, so I will start with the first thing you need to do is to give more time than you think you need for each of the game titles. So take the time you need and then add an extra 30 to 45 minutes because there will be delays. Also, do a run through the day before where you have folks that are looking at this in advance and thinking, okay, what do we have? What could go wrong? And do a dry run, essentially, where you are planning for this event. And then also trust the people who are good at what they're doing to do what they are good at. So once you have a group that is really comfortable with broadcasting, trust them to run the broadcast and don't think that you need to manage every little piece of it. And the biggest thing is that remember, you will see behind the scenes everything that could go wrong, but from the outside, your viewers will not notice that. They will see this event and think, wow, this was really well done. So don't let the little things get in the way of a good event. Understand that it looks good if you are able to recover quickly from things that you think are big disasters, and it'll run fine. And then the more you run, you'll learn about 100 things you could do better for the next one, and then do 10 of those things, because trying to do all of them will overwhelm you.
Okay, I could add something a little.
Yep.
Have you ever tried to intern in some esport EO or become a volunteer in esport tournament before?
Me myself, not that experienced in
the easiest way, learning by doing. So just join the volunteer program or a freelancing program, or maybe you could give your CV to become an intern in some EO of esport, so you could learn more there. And I think that will makes you better, so you could share more to your university when you become the committee of the broadcasting team. That's the easiest way. And if you are lucky, they could pay you. Right?
Yeah, we in American Corner we already training for the broadcast.
Not in American Corner, Jude. Many EO in Surabaya, EO of Esport. I think many tournaments happen in Surabaya and East Java. So open your horizon more, open your knowledge more. Try to search which one of EO that open recruitment. So just try to send your CV there. That you will get more experience, so you could have more skill there. And then I'm sure as the times goes by, your skill will be more and more better than before.
All right, thank you again, Surabaya. Appreciate you chiming in. Looks like we have time for one more question from the audience. Over here in the back. Yeah, in the very back. Yeah, please.
No. The white jacket.
White jacket.
Yes.
White jacket. Yes.
His hand first.
Okay, so sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You're not on stage.
Okay, so my name is Andrew. I am actually from Ukrida, my campus, and we actually had an event, I believe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was LENM Goes to Campus, and I remember Miss Debora being a speaker in the seminar. So I don't think you remember me because I wasn't that active in the seminar, but I was really intrigued with the event. That the reason being is that our UKM is actually relatively new. It was recently developed last year, and because of that, we only had one major event, which was the one 2 weeks ago, LENM Goes to Campus. And the reason being is that, of course, organizing such an event is not an easy feat, right? And the hardest part about it, I would say, is developing the motive. To convince the campus, we must have a good motive as to how is it going to develop the campus? How is it going to give an impact? Because impact is the most important part, right? So what do you think is the biggest impact an esports could have towards a campus and its surroundings? So that's my question. Thank you very much.
Great question. Yeah.
I think that's my part again. Okay, Ukrida, thank you for joining us here. Thank you. Say my gratitude to Pak Daniel also. Okay.
Thank you.
He's here. Okay. What you should do to make a greater impact? The first thing first you must do, you must have a responsibility in your academic grade, because your first responsibility as a student is to be graduated. So when you try to pursue your hobbies, pursue your interests through esport, you must could make your parents proud and makes the university feel relieved that you could graduate on time and you could have achievement in esport also. That's the basic thing that you should do. After that, you could do some maybe content creator thing to make the audience attend your event more and more, or maybe you could create many tournaments to make your campus more famous. But the first thing that you must do is keep your grade perfect.
A lot of university admins will like to see the impact on new recruitment. So a lot of universities will see these events as opportunities to market the university to the people near them, because that's what helps bring in more people, more tuition. So make sure that you and everybody in your program are showcasing what you're doing in a positive light. Don't ever be the toxic players like you were mentioning is the problem. Like, don't ever be the problem, because that's the quickest way to get your program shut down. So.
All right, I think that's all we have time for. So I appreciate everyone on the panel. Another round of applause for these amazing leaders. And thank you again to At America for this incredible opportunity, and obviously all of our partners like the U.S. Consulate and Garudaku. So thank you again.
Thank you all.
All right, a big thanks to our insightful speaker for sharing their expertise and experiences, and to our skilled moderator for getting us through these engaging discussions on career pathway through esports. And keep pursuing your passions and let your journey in esports show how determined and resilient you are. And for the next session, gamers, are you ready? Ready! Are you ready? Mungkin sebelum masuk ke sesi kedua, kita salam esports dulu kali ya, biar makin semangat. Salam esports! Sekali lagi, salam esports! Alright then, so without any further ado, let's invite our epic moderator. She's a professional MC and freelance public speaker. And everyone, please welcome Kak Brenda, Kwan.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, can I have your big round applause, please? Woo! Ini keren banget loh, luar biasa loh. Dia suaranya keren banget ya. Okay, so nice to meet you all. My name is Brenda Kwan. As I said before, ya kan? If you be a public speaker, you can be anything you want. At that time, at the first section, I become the narrasumber, right? The speakers. And now I become a moderator. So one thing that I want you to remember is, please learn public speaking. Okay, without any further ado, we are going to go to the part 2 of our talk show today. It's about equity in esports and gaming. And without any further ado, we would like to invite our amazing speakers today. Please welcome to Miss Diana Sutrisno Tjong as Deputy Treasurer of Esports Federation of Indonesia. Okay, hello, Miss Diana. Please have a seat here. And the next is, we have amazing lady, is Miss Debora Immanuela as Global Senior Vice President and Founder at UniPin. Last but not least, we are going to invite Miss Bethany Pyles as Player Development Specialist NASEF or USEF GG. Whoa. So for of us is the maybe Sri Kandi in esports, right? It's like a Wonder Woman in Indonesia. The name is Sri Kandi.
Second is
Okay.
like the female warrior.
Yes.
Yeah, female warrior.
That's right. It's like a superhero, right? Yeah. Okay, now we are going to do the one of our first session today that we are going to give you some questions today. And okay, maybe for Miss Diana first. Hello, Miss Diana. How
Hello,
are you
Brenda,
today?
again. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to ask you. Okay, sorry. This one is your CV, I think. Okay, can you please give me the the cue card? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, once again, can I have your big round of applause, please? Okay, you've got maybe two tips from me, yeah. If there has something mistaken that will happen when you being an MC or moderator at the stage, you have to think how you can overcome on it. Okay. Okay. So the first session is okay. The first. Okay.
Diversity?
Yes.
Okay.
Drive progress in the global esports industry by championing equity, diversity, and excellence. You are the IESF Board of Commission Equity of Program, and also Deputy Treasurer at PBSI, and also General Secretary of IESPA, right?
Yeah, a lot of titles.
Yeah, okay. And also, where's the question is? Okay, thank you so much. So we are going to direct to asking you about one of our question is to talk about the success, challenge, and best practices of ensuring we continue to strategically create more equitable, accessible, and inclusive opportunities for everyone who participate in gaming and esports. Okay, so can you explain about us? Maybe can you share what motivates you to be more involved in helping grow representation in this community, and what types of initiative that have you been involved in that have helped build this community?
Okay, I will simplify it a bit, I think, about the question maybe, because I think the main purposes is you want to know what is my motivation being the equity committee in the board member of IESF, and what I already do. Okay, this a bit, I will summarize a bit, because if not, it will be really takes a long journey. So here, now previously I'm sitting as a deputy treasurer of a PBSI, but now I'm more into the IESF Equity Committee. Maybe you are not familiarized with the IESF. IESF is the International Esports Federation, means like a FIFA in the football, but we have an international federation called IESF, which is a cater for a whole esports federation in a global level. So, okay, what is my motivation first? Like we see now, is that esports are for everyone.
Yes.
But actually, it's easy to write down and talk, but in the very reality, it's not that easy. Because as we know now, at first, it's already like 8 years in this industry. And at first, it's really hard for me as a woman myself to be in this part of they call man industry, man community and everything. But now no longer. But it changes because now we have more mobile titles, mobile games and everything. And now a lot of another gender, and then it can provide to a lot of people. I mean, in different background, even for the economical background. Previously, they cannot afford PC or something. Now, everybody have a mobile phone. So it's a different era already. And I see a lot of opportunity here that we can promote the equity things. Because it's really important for the sustainability of the esports itself. We need to gather more people to be involving in this industry. So Yes, that's the first question, and for the motivation. And then for the journey, I mean, for what I already do. It's been like 8 years in this industry, so maybe you are not familiarized with my face, but I already do a lot of things through events, through program, through my company. Previously, I have a platform, the first platform called Yamisok. I don't know whether you are familiarized with the brand or something. Actually, the target is so I can bring more people from remote area that can access tournaments, because previously only certain people that can access tournaments because it's centralized in Jakarta only. So that's the main purpose. So that's bring more inclusivity. And then later, I try to make a Liga Nacional, the high school league. The first, I want to bring more people from academic and then from the educational background, from the junior high school, from the high school to join the high school league. That's the first idea why now born the Garudaku Academy and everything. That's the first, I saw myself that it's really good program and everything that we can bring more people from academic background. And then later I create events. Maybe you're in the first warrior. That's the first time I feel emotional about the events, because we are really wants to get more people from remote area and different economical background. So last time we are really going to a lot of cities. We are doing the road show and everything, doing solo recruitment. So, and the feedback is really good and is really touching that we can bring more people from the, seriously, they want to have a really better life through esports. So it's really nice. And then later, yeah, I found the Garudaku letter to gather all the ecosystem, what we already learned before, to make this ecosystem more sustained and more bigger. And if you are saying about the big portfolio about the equity, is the IESF World Championship in Bali. So if you want to understand about the diversity, this event is the first in the history that we want to bring more people coming from another country, from another culture, background, and economical status to come and compete in the same stage. It's not easy, seriously. And this is the first in history because even IESF never doing this before. So lucky that I met Mr. Flat, is a former president of the IESF, and they have the same belief and idea with me. And we are work together as a host in Indonesia with the PBSI, and we are make this happen. This is become history and the legacy, and then the first benchmark about the diversity, inclusivity. So it's not easy. It's really not easy to bring 600 athletes from a different background, different country. Many countries is still not even in a diplomatic relation with Indonesia. And it's not easy to bring them coming. The issue about the Israel things, about the soccer things. Yeah, that happens too. And then about the conflict, some countries still in the conflict at that time. Ukraine, I think. And then it's a lot of things to fix before the event itself. And then even for the event, we need to make sure that we can bring them. We need a lot of funds. We need a lot of help from the government, from the people around, and from the community to support this event and make it happen. And the beautiful of the esports itself, we call it that esports know no gender, no background. They only know ability. So even for the IESF World Championship itself, it's a mixed gender. If you maybe you see all men's now, but actually the event itself is a mixed gender event. It's not we are labeling that is for women, but this is the first time we are bringing the females to this stage also in a different level. It's not like we are differentiate between women and men. No, but this is one of the problem that woman feels not safe in this environment. This is only for the showcase and promoting that we want them to feel safe in this kind of big event, and they have a same opportunity to be in the same stage. I think this is have a positive impact and inspiring them. Now, as Deb said, that we already have a women's team. They're trying to compete in the MDL, the events that compete together with the men and everything. They have a courage. They have their own thinking that this competition is for them too. Now, I think this kind of idea of promoting the equity that we want to you guys understand about this one. And in this event also, we are bringing more friends from the difabel. So this is a big homework actually for, because esports is only differentiated by the ability. So it means for our friends that have a different ability, the friends from the different ability, we need to have to cater them also and then support them so they can compete later in the same stage with us. So it's a bit homework.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Diana. How about you, Mr. Deb? Miss Deb?
What, same question?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So what do I do? Okay. So hi everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, I think this panel is very important. So when I first heard about people talk about equity in esports, I think this has been a topic that is very popular, right? Like for the past years, and I think it's very great because this can actually like help the ecosystem to be more colorful. So when we're talking about equity, we are talking about genderless. We are talking about like no religion, no economic status, no, like everyone's is the same, right? So as for me, so I am the Senior Vice President of UniPin Global. So UniPin is a payment gateway. We are available in more than 30 countries worldwide. So I'm the one responsible in all the esports and also community efforts all over the globe. And we have been doing lots for the community and also ecosystem throughout the years. So our focus is not only for female, I say, but we also create lots of grassroots tournaments, every type of games, because we have different types of games in our platform. So that's why our focus is not just one game, but every game that is actually available in our platform. That's why we always like talk to game publisher. We say that, hey, join our platform and let us do the community work for you. So we have done lots of initiative for the students community. I don't know if any one of you, I think UBM is also part of Unity Student Warchief, right? Right? Yeah. So UniPin Community Student Warchief. So when I joined the esports industries, I decided to build a students community. Why? Why students? Because first of all, like Brenda said, back then when we were younger, right?
That's
esports or gaming is not a career options, right? So it has a really, really bad stigma. When we're saying a bad stigma, it's like our parents will definitely say no when they say us playing game. But I spend most of my time in a cyber cafe. Can you believe that? So yeah, I spend most of my time with all my male friends in a cyber cafe, and that's why when I was younger, I never feel that there is gender differences when I was younger because I never put myself lower than any other gender. So I always put myself the same. So when I play game, like they play 10 hours, I also play 10 hours. They stay at the cyber cafe, I also stay at the cyber cafe until my parents come and catch me. so so yeah, I do whatever the guy do. So that's why I never feel any differences with the guys. But then because it never been a career option, right? So I just forgot everything. I forgot the game. I come back to the reality, right? The professional world, professional industries, other industries until COVID. So COVID hits, and then I come back to play games again. I play games a lot. And then when I play games, I realized that, oh my God, the gap between the female and the male are already very huge, right? There are lots of sexist comments, verbal comments. When I joined the industries like 4 years ago during COVID, I still remember there's like one caster. Imagine in a girls tournament, there's like a male caster like hired in that tournament. I don't know if you remember this. Like, do you remember that there's like an accident? The male caster harassed the female when they're like in the tournament. And at that moment, I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. I need to do something for that. So that's why I built my very first female gamers community called Lunanera. So I built Lunanera, and then our purpose is to empower women through gaming and esports. So the first thing that I told the girls is you need to be brave to speak up, right? Because when you're speak up, like the victim need to be speak up first. We cannot speak up on behalf of the victim, right? They need to understand that it's not normal. They need to understand that they're being harassed. So when they speak up, we amplify. It's not that, oh, we are a community. Oh, this girl is so poor. Like they got harassed, but then they don't want to speak up. Then what's the point if they don't want to speak up, right? So we are just, like, oh my God, you're so annoying. The girl is just fine, right? So we don't want that happen. So with the community, we empower them to be brave. So we have changed a lot of things in the gaming community in Indonesia. So in Indonesia, I believe that you guys like, there are lots of girls here, right? I believe that the harassment within the gaming ecosystem is lower and lower, right? Compared to like years before. Because like Lunanera, we speak up on behalf of the victim. So we were like, there's like a case where there's like a huge male influencers with millions of followers in the YouTube harassing a female pro player, saying that, oh, female girls are just for contents. That was so bad. So the community, like all the girls, even all the men, like all the guys also stand up for that girls through Lunanera, through the community. So they all stand up and speak up, and then that influencers that has millions of followers, gold play button, got canceled. That's how powerful a community that has the same vision and mission, that believe in something, that believe in inclusivity, that believe that esports and gaming is for everyone. So that's why I think it is very important for us to realize what position are we in right now in the ecosystem. So that's why, Ms. Diana said, that there's no segregation in the tournament because all the game publisher, they all never say that this tournament is for male or only female, no, right? So everyone can join. But why a female-only tournament exists? Anyone knows why? Can someone help me to answer? Yeah? Your answer? Why it exists even though no one say that there's a male or female?
Thank you. I am Rizakti Rahmatika Cintaka from Jakarta State Polytechnic, people with special needs, aka disability,
Okay.
batch 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I'm agree about Debora's statement because female and male gamers are very same to unite the esports industry more better than now. I have one dream to become part of esports enthusiasts as esports viewers, esports shoutcasters, esports content creator, gaming content creator, including FC24 and Mobile Legends Bang Bang. I have one question for all experts. How Indonesian female gamers to break the stigma about stigma in female stigma.
Okay, to break the stigma about
Thank you.
esports that
Yes.
is a male dominant industry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Thank you, Deb.
maybe I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
try to explain
Yeah.
the previous question.
Okay.
Okay. So for the previous question, like why there is a female tournament? The reason is very simple because in if we are talking about skill, female are left behind. Agree, right? But it doesn't mean that they cannot catch up. That's why, like Diana said, a female needs a safe space. So female needs help for them to be able to taste the competition. Because before that, they never tried. Like in the era of mobile games, it's the rise of female gamers. So now gaming is very accessible for everyone. So everyone can play games, right? You don't need to have PC. You can just download your game in your phone and then you can just play. Before you need to spend your time in the cyber cafe. I spend most of my time in the cyber cafe with all the guys. I'm the only woman. And you think like how many women want to do that? Spending your time there in the cyber cafe with all the guys smoking, right? Many hours. So it's very rare for women want to spend time in a male dominant space.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it is important. And like your question is like how to break the stigma. I think right now we need to celebrate the bigatron achievement because what they do, their bravery has broken the stigma. And I think this is a celebration for the world, for the inclusivity. For the first time in history, a ladies team get into the male dominant tournament, the main tournament by the game publisher. So I think it is a celebration for everyone, for the industry as well, and for the inclusivity. Yeah, I think that's the answer. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you so much, Kadep. Okay, so is that clear? Rizakti? Okay, thank you so much for your question. Okay, the next question, maybe later in the Q&A session. Okay, got it? Thank you so much. We are going to go to the next session. Is Bethany? Still remember the question?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
can you please
we've said
answer
a
it?
lot.
Do you get to know the question?
Still remember it?
I think I remember.
We did it, right?
It's okay. It's okay. I'll speak to it anyway. Hello, everyone. My name is Bethany Pyles. I work with the U.S. national teams with NASEF, and I'm the player development specialist. So I work directly with players most of my time. My expertise is actually coaching and working with players and the staff, the management of these teams. From my point of view, among everything that they've said already, representation really matters, regardless of gender, or we're talking about special needs, we're talking about anything that's different or unique about a person. It matters seeing that person. So whether or not they're in the room or part of the leadership staff, or they're actually on the stage presenting, it's a light for someone to go, that person reflects me even a little. I can do that. It does matter. So whether it's not for me, it's a woman. We see this in traditional sports as well, right? So women's sports have become much more powerful because the media has given them the attention that they finally deserve. It's not because it's new. It's been happening for many years, and women have been playing games for many years and successfully. But we need to give them the light that they deserve and the spotlight. And part of it is also this community. So us, everyone in this room, it's not just us women who have strong voices and we have this warrior spirit. This is great, but it's also exhausting. It's very tiring to be that person all of the time. And I hope that one day it's not so difficult for women. They don't have to amplify their voice in every room. They should be welcomed. And that's going to take all of us, not just the people up here. So we all, the men, the women, everyone that feels unique, we need to be able to welcome folks in with our uniqueness. So I agree with everything that's already said, and let's move on to the next if you have any, but thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So all of you from the different background but have one vision, right? Okay, we are going to the next question is, when we talk about equity and access, we also need to address the unique opportunity for gaming and esports to involve folks with special needs. What example have you seen that bring together people from different walks of life? Okay, maybe Miss Diana, can you please give the answer?
This one is a different ability or
Okay.
Special,
Yes.
special needs.
Mm-hmm. Like what example have you seen that bring together people from different walks of life became one like that?
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a two question, I think, different
Mm-hmm.
walks of life and then the special
Okay.
needs things. Yeah, for I answer one by one. First, for about the friends from the special needs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are call it also a different ability. I mean, this one is also on the homework. Previously, I try to do the exhibition for events that held in the IESF World Championship in Bali. That we are inviting some of our friends. They're trying to do the competition in the same stage with the other. Uh, and then after that, I learned that it's not that easy for the special needs for doing the competition because they have a different abilities, different needs and everything, and we need to categorize it. Now we are on the working together with our team to categorize about the different ability. So we are talking about the physical impairments, and then we have a visual impairments, and then the I mean the what do you mean? Yeah? The brain things. I forget the name. Yeah, think ability something. Yeah, so we are trying to categorize first, and then later we will do some events and trying to exercise about the events for this one. So we want to bring them the opportunity and to the esports world as well. And then for the one that have a different walks, I don't know, maybe like a different background or something.
Yeah.
I think it's already answered before, right? Where through the events, and then now because it's everything digital, it's easier to access everybody, even from the remote area, from a different background and everything, into the same events. We have a platform called Garudaku. Now it makes everything easier to everybody to download. I mean, to access the main event, even for the Liga Nacional. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Diana. How about you, Miss Deb?
I think I will pass this question to Bethany because because I'm also like curious because you came from the state, right? And then I think there like when we're talking about esports, I believe that's the state is more advanced, right? You have like more because the first esports tournament is actually happened in America, right? So give you the spot.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think we can all think of things. Honestly, learning how to identify special needs, so just becoming aware of what they are. You don't have to have them yourself. You can educate yourself about what those are. I've encountered esports athletes that are deaf, for example, and it takes me as a coach or me as a mentor or someone in the room to understand what challenges they face and what they might need as far as the accessibility. What can the game provide them? And there are opportunities. Many games now, if you go into the settings, even though those of us who do not need these don't often look, but the settings often offer many different types of accessibility options. For example, when someone is hard of hearing or deaf, there are visual cues that can come up on the screen, right? As a coach, I need to know that when someone walks into my space or wants to compete, I should know what options they have. And this is not just the US. Everyone here can do this as well. It's the same game. But essentially, it's more about educating yourself. You don't have to have these. You don't have to be unique in your space. But someone walking in should be comfortable telling you that they have a need that may exist. Could be someone. It could also be something as easy as a wheelchair. Can they get up on stage without difficulties? Are there special controllers? Yes. So look at the different options, especially if you're a leader in the space. You should know some of these things. Again, educate yourself and be aware of the community around you and be able to welcome them in.
Okay, thank you so much, Bethany. Maybe Miss Deb, do you want to add something more, or we are going to the next question?
No, I think just go to the next.
Okay, we are going to the next question is what kind of future do you envision for the education, gaming, and esports world, and how can we get there? Maybe Miss Deb, can you please?
Okay, education. I think I always believe that gaming and also esports or gaming must go together with the education because every time I go into talk show or seminar in the university, there's someone asks should I leave my education, right? I believe that you've heard lots of things, right, as a coach, right? Yeah, they come to you and they ask you, right? Because, like esports right now is huge. So everyone want to be famous, right? They want to be famous. They want to get like lots of money, like Robert said earlier. There is no benchmark in the salary, right? Look at No Tail. He got like a mansion, right? Just by playing game. So who doesn't want that, right? Who doesn't want to be showered by all those fame, the lights, everything? So I always say that you don't ever think to leave the education. Don't. Please don't, right? Because I think like you still need to go through and finish your education while doing your sports career, right? I think, what do you think, Bethany, about that?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Scholastic can actually be your pathway. So finish your degree, finish what you're interested in, and that will actually propel you further. People will see you as an educated person in this space, and oftentimes you'll become a mentor and leader much quickly. So don't focus on trying to be the top 1-2% of the world. Focus on what you're good at and let people lead you up to something better. I'd also add, if I can, on this topic, to the young people in this room, we could use a lot more creativity in many ways. So innovation is very welcome in this space. What you see your leaders doing and what you see your leaders thinking and leading you on, chime in, use your opinions. Women especially, we've been gatekept for many years. It's our time to come in and share our voice and share our opinions. And I'm excited for the future, not for it to stay the same and just get bigger, but to see how different and innovative we can come with this space. I'm excited to see what we can do in the next 5-10 years with more diversity, more voices, more opportunity for folks. Super exciting to me to see it's sky's the limit. We don't have to do the same thing year after year. We can start innovating and thinking creatively.
Okay, thank you so much, Bethany, and also Miss Deb. How about you, Miss Dayan?
I think we are running out the time.
Ah,
But it's okay. But I have one word actually for the education. Yeah, education is really important. That's why we are create the Garudaku Academy also, because we want to have a more people from the educational background. But think about this. Think about the education, your own education, your degree and everything as the insurance. So even if you want to go to the esports industry or whatever, just do your degree as a insurance. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, what happened next, but your ijazah and whatever, it will become your insurance to go everywhere later.
Okay, thank you so much for your amazing answer. So we are going to go to the next session, is the Q&A session. Does anyone want to give some question here? Please raise your hands up, okay? There you go. Oh, which one? Ah, okay, our coach, okay. Please, the stage is yours.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Rino from Academy Garudaku. I want to ask to Bethany, because I saw you on the grand final on NACT as a specialist, player development specialist. And like maybe 1 week ago, I'm creating team in NA. So yeah, our target is we want to go to at least top 16 in ACT. So the question is, like as a player development specialist, do you have any general or specifically, like, is there any other tournament besides the NACT? And like, do you have any community that can support us to develop the player or the team, like that? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Yeah, I was at NACT in Vegas, which was Mobile League of Legends Bang Bang's final, and there were 200 teams, with boiling down to 2. So if you can get top 16, more power to you. It's a hard and competitive scene, but we'd love to see the NA scene build. Essentially, I don't think necessarily you need to join anything special to be top 16. It really does come down to who you are as a program. And I can introduce you. We can network offline. I'd love to chat with you later. But for everybody else in the room as well, it does come down to how your program runs. And some of your coaching, and I'll talk about this later in the masterclass, but deliberate practice is incredibly important. And that's actually your responsibility as a program. And there's tenets within that that will lead you to that top 16. And some of those things are things like goal tracking and focused attention and space and time that's actually dedicated to thoughtful practice rather than just grinding the game and hoping that you come out on top. So there's some unique techniques that we can chat through. It would be great probably to get you introduced to some of the more coaching staff and see if we can help with strategy or mindfulness, things like that. But there's a lot of things that the top 2 teams do that are an inch above everybody else. There's not a whole lot of competition or mechanical skill that's different, even in those top 10. A lot of it comes down to the training, the visualizations, their mindset at the end of the day, and those are things that you can work on personally and individually too. But I'd love to chat more. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much, Bethany, for your amazing answer. And give a big round of applause to Coach Rino. Thank you so much for the question. We are going to the next question is maybe there has one of all of you want to give a question? Okay.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Fajar Aminullah. I'm from American Corner, Tanjung Pura University. For the first, shout out for our Tanjung Pura University's team that has got the runner-up from the Liga Esports Mahasiswa Nasional. And also this is my questions about, I think I'd like to ask for Bethany about the player development. Yeah. My question is about the esports starts from early age, from maybe 13 and 14 years old for the player from Free Fire, for example. So I'm from the educator's point of view. What can you tell us that how can we keep their developments stable at that time for the early stage players like that? Because we know that they are still young. They still have many things to do aside from playing games, and also the schools as well, and also the social development with their friends outside maybe. So what can you tell us about for the educators in point of view?
Well, welcome, and thank you for your question.
Yes, thank you.
That age group is extremely important. They're our next players. They're our next coaches. They're our next management staff and TOs. So you have a great responsibility to educate them, but that age group should have a ton of fun. You know, esports at the end of the day is actually play, and play is a human right for everybody. Play is super important. So play should be pivotal in that. You don't need to help them develop mechanical skills or things like that. That will come with time. Motor skills will develop as they continue to play. I think a lot of what you can help them with on that early stages, especially things like social emotional learning. So social emotional learning can happen anywhere, but it's a great way to gamify it, make it fun. So things like communication. We all need communication. Brenda was just saying, please learn public speaking. It helps you so much, not just on a panel, but with how you communicate to your boss, how you communicate with your parents. It helps in so many ways. So you using games to help them learn those types of skills would help them in so many areas of their life. So focus on things like that. Problem solving is another one. If they get frustrated with a game, maybe they really hate losing, help them cope with those. Those are skills that will help them outside of the game as well, but they will make great players later. So I would say focus on having fun and focus on those social emotional learning, because you're really developing those next players. And again, like the last panel, toxicity is a major problem and it hurts their reputation later. I've worked with many players that were amazing at the game, but they were so hard to work with. They're hard to coordinate. They're not coachable. They don't like being told what to do, and they get cut. So develop them young now as good social citizens within this community, and they'll thrive.
Okay, thank you so much, Bethany. Your answer is also motivate me to always having fun. Okay, thank you so much for your amazing question here. And now we have a question from Amkor Unan. Okay, from Padang, West Sumatra. Hello, everyone. Wow. Hey, hey. Oh my God, so nice to see you here. Yeah, Padang is so far. Okay, can't you share the question for us? Thank you.
Is my voice? Can you hear?
Oh,
Can you hear my
okay.
voice?
Yeah, of course, clearly.
Okay. Hello, I'm from American Corner Yunan and also from Yunan Esports. My question is, for now that in my opinion, men and women still in different tournament, right? Now, my question is, I ask you guys in your honest opinion, will be men and women in the same tournament? That's all. Thank you.
Okay, maybe or Miss Deb or Miss Diana?
It's already happened. If you follow the Mobile Legends scene,
Mm-hmm.
for the first time in history, there are all female teams join the MDL, and that team is I think the team Fidelity bought the female team, and I think in the first of the history as well that the female gamers, female players got the same salary as the male players in MPL. Yeah. So I think it's already happening and it's happening in Indonesia. So we should be proud. So this is a celebration for everyone, for the industry itself, and it's happening in Indonesia.
And then
That's amazing.
And then one more. I mean, as I mentioned before, like event in the IESF World Championship itself is a mixed gender event. We never differentiate any gender. We only see ability. So even in the Bali last time, there's some, I think one team that already mixed between men and men and women.
Yeah, I think it's from PUBG scene, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they work together. I mean, as a team, not like a full team or woman teams and then compete with the male team. No, it's even mixed.
Yes.
So actually, that's the meaning of the inclusivity and things. Yeah.
But we do still need more women, to be honest, right? We still need more women to be able to be on the same stage, but it is happening right now. So it is happening. Yeah. How about in the state?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and mixed teams are becoming sort of the norm. It's odd to see just a men's team. I start to question why. Did they try to recruit? Did they look for women? It's sort of eye-catching now if they're not included. So yeah, it's happening, and be aware, and you're gonna see more of it.
Yeah, you're gonna see more female.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is that clear for the answer? Okay. Thank you so much for looking to the camera. Okay. Maybe from Padang, you have another question? Maybe from the female behind you? Yeah. Oh, you're shy kid, huh? Okay. Thank you so much for your amazing question. Can I have your big round of applause, please? Thank you so much. Okay, we have still more time for Q&A. Maybe all of you want to give. Okay. The handsome guy with white jacket, please. Give the question.
Hi, it's me again. Okay, so I'm Andrew. I don't think I need to introduce myself more. So, in the topic of equity in esports and gaming, we talked about men, women, disabilities. I also want to highlight, I guess, children, because I'd say, as a Gen Z myself, I play a lot of games as a child. In fact, I learned English from games, where I was born in Indonesia, raised by Indonesian parents, but games are the biggest. I'd say.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same
Hey,
here.
high five.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same with
so
me, but you're better.
arguable. But okay, so my main question, to keep it concise, how should we proceed with, I guess you could say, teaching the children the importance of esports? Because as a child, I didn't really consider esports as an option. I considered esports as a form of entertainment. It's just a way to kill time. But looking at how the future is, it seems like esports has a really bright future into being one of the most influential, I guess you could say, medias, more than TV. More people know streamers, XQC, probably Shroud from CS, and a lot of other streamers out there. They have more impacts than, well, artists, actors, and I'd say, how do we I guess, put the children in the right direction, to not lead them towards toxicity, to lead them towards healthy competition, and to lead for a better future generation for us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question.
And
Okay.
I want to answer this one. This is why we create the Garudaku Academy. That's the main purpose this academy is born. Actually, it's coming. I have 3 kids. So when and it's really concerning me about the esports things, because even they are still very young, they're already playing games. They're already infected with the games. So what I'm thinking that I need to make a differentiate between the gamers and then the esports player. So these two is the really different things. That's why I think they are explaining in the Garudaku Academy also that when we become an athlete, that the esports player, you need a discipline. This is the difference. So when you're a gamers is another things. So we are educate is a very from a very young age. Right now, maybe we are start from the high school level and then started to the junior school, junior high school, and then we are trying to get from the elementary and then etc. etc. But we are trying from the most concerning is from the high school first, because when we are coming to the competition and everything, it's really important for you to have a discipline and the mindset of the esports player, not as a gamers. That makes a difference.
Okay. How about you, Miss Deb?
Okay. I think even though I don't have a kid yet, but I always believe that the very important circle is the family or the parents. So I think as a parent, if you're talking about children, right? So I think the parents play a big part in a children's life. So they need to be update to what the situations right now. So as a parents, like a modern parents, they need to be able to understand what is happening in the world, right? They cannot be stick in the traditional world, right? Like you have 3 kids. You keep like trying to see like the what's the trend, right? And then so you understand what your kids like. Because if like we can say that all of us, the 3 of us, like we're external, right? We cannot do much. The children spend most of the time with the family, with the parents. So the parents need to be able, I hope that there is a parents here, right? So I think like, I hope that the parents needs to be relatable to what's the current situation. So they need to understand like, oh, there's like esports, there's streamers. So I have like lots of friends who, have kids, and then they even understand more streamers than I am. So they understand, oh, these streamers, like, I let my kids watch these streamers because they teach educated contents, but I don't let my kids watch these streamers, So I think, come to your question, I think parents is the key for the children, right?
I have 2 things. I agree with her. I think that's the foundation. I think the second is actually some of you, because we have research at NASEF where we had a coaching program, and we researched that near-peer mentors have a massive impact on youth. That means the closer you are in age to them, the more they respect you and look up to you. So someone that's a teacher, an elder, they're like, you don't even know. You don't know anything that I know. You don't know the streamers I know. You don't talk the same way. You're not playing these games, but you guys are. And so some of you should be mentors to those next generations. You don't have to have kids, but maybe you have siblings. Something that you could teach them is the power of a team. Something that's really different, you mentioned this earlier, is that solo queuing, being a gamer, is much different than playing on a team. You're shaking your head, you understand. So there's aspects to playing on a team that you can introduce them to early. Maybe you can introduce them into a game with you all so you can hear how differently you're communicating. I communicate much differently with people I don't know in a game and I'm never gonna see again than someone that I have to work with and coordinate with, regardless of if I like them or not. And I have to figure out ways to communicate differently, and I have to learn things about myself and where I fit in those roles. And that's a lot for a kid. That's plenty right there that will prepare them later, take them out of solo queue and that mentality and that grinding, and open up their world. Esports really is team management, coaching, those aspects. And that's what you all can introduce them to in a more structured way. And they will listen to you much more because you know the lingo, you know how to talk to them. And honestly, they already look up at you for a lot of reasons. So use that.
You speak the same language, right?
Speak the same language. Yep.
I don't know one more. I think last time we were discussing about this also. That you know that yeah, parents takes a lot of roles here, but not only parents is actually your mom is take all the decision, all the women's things. That's why last time we are really promoting about the females gamers things. We want to have more females involving in here, and we are give the idea about the safe environment and everything. It's the good things because now a more player means later they will be a mom. So they already have the idea about the esports in the positive way, not in a negative way anymore. That's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna add like a very quick one. So like female is the only gender that has the ability to give birth, right? So we are also like the female are the one who create the future generations. So if we can empower female through games or through esports, then it's guaranteed that the future generations will be also empowered. So yeah.
Oh my God, such an amazing answer. So did you get it? Everything's clear? Okay, thank you so much. Okay? Do you have any question? Okay, we still have time. It's okay, it's okay. Just have a seat. Okay? And then our team will give you the mic. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. But I will speak in Indonesian.
Oke, silakan
okay?
menambahkan pekerjaan saya untuk mentranslate.
Baik, perkenalkan, introduce myself. I am from Halftime. Halftime itu adalah platform dari game IESF ataupun yang kita kenal dari dulu namanya FIFA yang besok akan diturnamenkan.
Oke.
Nah, ini berawal dari komunitas sebetulnya. Nah, ini ada dua problem sebetulnya di komunitas kita yang saya rasa sebetulnya kita punya potensi yang besar. Dari segi prestasi, itu player-player kita memiliki prestasi internasional. Seperti XC misalnya, atau Arbi yang kemarin baru juara, Zaki yang baru juara di Malaysia. Juga top 6 di Asian Games juga kemarin yang di China.
So all of your team have like a prestasi international, right?
Yes.
Achievement, ya?
Yes.
Okay. International achievement.
Not my team, but my community.
Your community,
yes.
Okay.
Community player dari game IESF ataupun FIFA. Namun ada dua hal yang membuat kita mati suri. Mati suri dalam artian kita nggak punya wadah untuk menyalurkan bakat. Tadi kan seperti dari pembicara pertama bilang ekosistem, berbicara dan lain sebagainya. Mungkin kalau di mobile akan berbeda. Tapi ini kita berbicara tentang game di konsol. Nah, game di konsol ini belum sepopuler dengan game yang di mobile. Termasuk yang IESF game FIFA ini. Nah, pertanyaan saya adalah bagaimana dua problem ini. Yang pertama, problem wadah player-player yang berprestasi tersebut untuk terus mengasah dan mengembangkan potensi mereka sehingga terus berprestasi di nasional maupun internasional. Sedangkan kami udah berusaha dari Halftime membuat wadah tersebut, tapi sampai saat ini hampir 1 tahun lebih belum banyak memberikan dampak yang signifikan. Jadi udah mati suri dari 2019.
Especially for the console player, right?
Console player in game IESF or FIFA.
Oke.
Ya, sebetulnya problem itu aja yang mau saya tanyakan. Bagaimana membentuk ekosistemnya, bagaimana membuat wadahnya, sehingga wadah itu ya kayak bisa jadi kayak apa sih kalau di ML tuh nama platformnya, nama eventnya apa? MPL.
Oh, oke.
MDL. Ya, seperti yang diselenggarakan oleh PBSI ataupun Garudaku dan lain sebagainya.
So
Seperti
you mean
itu
is
sih,
how to create the Thank you so much for your question. So correct me if I'm wrong. So what I got is how we create the ecosystem for console players to make them have like a tournament similar like MPL in Mobile Legends, right? Oke, oke, oke. Boleh mungkin Ibu Diana atau Kak Deb silakan.
Yeah, I try to answer ya.
Ya,
Ini mau dijawab bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris?
Inggris saja sudah nggak apa-apa.
Okay, I try to answer. So if you're talking about the console, it's a bit tricky because it's really a bit hard to access rather than the mobile games. But the main point here is not because it's a console or non-console or whatever. But in PBSI, we are trying to regulate everything to make sure the sustainability about the ecosystem and the games. So it's a really so sad a bit that I mean it's not our a lot of game titles. I mean a lot of game titles, but only few that reach about this concern. So like you said about the FIFA I think is still lucky enough rather than the other game title. I mean because FIFA is still competing in the scene like Asian Games and SEA Games. That's why we are still trying to developing the community and everything. Last time we believe that we have a community too called Eval. Maybe you are apa namanya similar familiar with that?
Yes.
The Eval.
Eval International Federation.
It's a different.
Yeah, eFootball, eFootball.
Okay. Last time I remember about the FIFA is still a bit on talk because now is in between. The IP things is in between from the soccer organization and then the esports organization. And since they are not what you call daftar license the games to the PBSI, so it's a bit hard for us to move because if we are doing like a, I mean. The league and everything without have a permission from the game publisher, it will be a problem from our side itself.
Oke, mau menanggapi boleh ya Kak? Jadi sebetulnya Halftime pun udah mendaftarkan diri ya ke PBSI dan alhamdulillahnya kemarin udah diberikan lisens secara de facto kalau tidak salah lewat PBSI, lewat Mas Faldi dan juga Pak Bem waktu itu.
Untuk penyelenggaraan event ya?
Untuk penyelenggaraan event dan vendor. Nah selanjutnya ada juga yang sebetulnya saya follow up tapi belum juga dapat feedback nih Kak. Yaitu ini kita pengen istilah kata dapat lebih exposure lah di game ini biar peminat-peminatnya juga anak-anak mudanya terinspirasi gitu kan. Nah itu belum ada juga gitu Kak. Maksudnya kira-kira apa nih apa namanya yang kita dari komunitas bisa lakukan untuk memajukan ekosistem dari game IEFC secara khususnya gitu Kak.
Baik, terima kasih banyak Kakak. Tapi dengan sangat berat hati saya udah dikomando sama Bapak yang ono.
I think
sama yang ada di sini.
sorry,
Boleh
Brenda.
dijawab bentar ya?
Boleh aja deh kalau
Can
begitu.
I answer like a very quick answer? Because I know the answer.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, as much as the community wants the game to be flourished or to be active, but the main responsibility is within the game publisher. So the reason why Mobile Legends can grow this big and the community can also grow this big is because the game publishers pay a lot of attention to the grassroots communities. So the representation must come to the game publisher. The reason is because that esports is a very unique sport. Because if you're talking about basketball, everyone can own basketball. If you're talking about esports, not everyone can own Mobile Legends. They have their own IP rights, right? Not everyone can own FIFA. EA have the IP rights. Not everyone can own the PUBG because the Tencent have the IP rights. So esports is a very, very unique sport. So we cannot compare esports to other traditional sports because that's gonna be the responsibility of the game publisher. That's the question. That's the answer. Sorry. So as much as the community wants this game to be active and flourish, but if the game publisher doesn't pay attention, if they don't contribute, it's gonna be hard. Because if you're talking about federation, the federations need to get the permission, right, from the game publisher. So that's the answer. That will be a very painful answer, but that's the truth. Yeah.
Okay, did you get it?
You want to add something? Like very quickly?
Yeah, of
No,
course.
I mean, the solution to that is keep doing it and draw the attention. If the publishers see that there is money and people involved, they will pay attention. But the best thing you can do is start grassroots and try it for yourself and try to get their attention.
That's the same thing with the eval.
Mm-hmm.
Now eval is trying to develop with the game publisher from the Konami. They get the attention from Konami itself because of their already built the event itself.
Okay.
It's not us. Not us. So it's the game publisher. So do lots of things, right? And then the game publisher, maybe you try to contact them. Try to contact them, approach them. Yeah.
Oke, thank you so much for your answer. Terima kasih kakak atas pertanyaannya. Sekali lagi mohon maaf ya, karena memang untuk waktunya juga sudah habis. But I hope all of the answer will answer all of your question, okay? Sekali lagi thank you so much once again dengan Mas Halftime. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. And that's all our maybe discussion panel today. Thank you so much to all of our speakers for amazing and inspirational answer. And we are going to go to the next session and we'll go back to the MC. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Brenda, for giving the floor back. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you to our speakers and moderator for such an eye-opening conversation. And let's remember that by embracing diversity and equal opportunities could make gaming better for everyone. And now, all right then, gear up gamers, the moment has arrived to announce the winner of Esports IQ quiz from America's social media pages. Woo! Everyone drumroll please, as we're going to announce the winner of Esports IQ quiz. And congratulations to Hari Ahsan Husairi and Rizakti Rahmatika Cintaka for winning the competition. And please come up to the space. Is there any winners here? Okay, please come up to the stage. Oke, teman-teman boleh ambil foto, boleh ambil video, boleh kasih tepuk tangan sekali lagi untuk winnersnya. Oke, this way please. Once again, please give a big round of applause. Yes, keep leveling up and inspiring fellow gamers along the way. And if you're interested to know more about Ad America's event, kindly visit our social media pages. We're on Instagram, Twitter, or X, and Facebook, AT America. And also consider to subscribe to our YouTube channel at AT America. Also visit our website at www.atamerica.or.id to become our member for free. And we finally reached the end of our sessions today. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm and see you at the next Ad America event. Bye!